What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today I want to do a brief video on my 944. I just put the car up for sale and the potential buyer said he loved it, but it did have a concerning rust spot. I'll be taking care of that in this video. It's definitely not a 944 specific thing. These methods could be applied on any rust on pretty much any car. Obviously, this is the spot in question that needs repairing. It is pretty bad. I can't say I blamed him. Back to the 944 for those interested. It is a pretty cool little car. It's missing a few things and it is mostly original, save for a gauge or two and the turbo twist wheels. It does have these sweet plaid seats and it's a 1 of 500 car. Let's get to work. Here are the basic tools and PPE used for today's video: gloves, earmuffs, respirator, a series of snips and grinders with a cutting wheel, file and brush. The mirror is a great help today too. Body hammer, 20 gauge, sheet metal scrap. I wedged the car in, and this is the most full my garage has ever been, with about an inch to spare. So to start this out, I'm going to take my pick and knock all of the loose rust off. Some quickie rough measurements based on the other side of the car, which is not rusted. It's really important to wear your respirator always for these. This one's especially important because these cars are galvanized and you don't want that stuff in your lungs. Here I'm test fitting the template I made based off the other quarter panel. Looks pretty good. I left it a little heavy all around. And snip it out. Here I'm mocking it up, grinding a little off, mocking it up again, and I'll keep doing that till I get a good fit. I have tried to trim out a lot of the grinding and sanding from this video because it is about an hour's worth. Next, I used my piece as a template to mark out my lines for cutting. That's the first layer off. From here, I'm going to clean everything up and make a template, just like I did for the outside, for the inside layer as well. This little mirror comes in handy here to make sure you've ground away enough seam sealer where you're going to be welding. If you don't, it'll really smoke you out and it smells horrible, and it is a fire hazard. And here's my inner layer. I'm laying a blanket over the car and taping it shut in case any rogue sparks from the welder fly towards the paint or glass. We definitely do not want that, especially on the day we're selling this car. This is a simple Lincoln 140 welder. I have wire speed set to 2 and heat set to E, which is the highest level. You can see I'm doing a lot of short welds to keep the heat just enough to penetrate but not burn through the thin material. I didn't film it, but I used Rust-Oleum Zinc Primer to hit the inside of the material. I'll do the same for the other piece as well. Here I'm fitting up the outside piece that we made in the beginning of the video. I use Duplicolor weld through primer for the seams. I don't love it, but it's easy to find. It just blows out sometimes. Now I'm tacking on the outside patch, doing one stitch at a time, moving around to keep the heat down and the material from warping. Take your time, there's no rush. You want it done right. I mean, at least like good enough, right? Here I'm grinding everything down, trying to take special care to not hit anything but the welds. You definitely don't want to grind a hole through the material you just welded on. Using a straight edge, I marked the line of the sill. And here you can see the inner lip of the new part, which is the last piece we need to make, just a little flange. And this is a test fit from the template from the other side of the car. Pretty damn close. The trick I'm going to use here for getting the flange length is a sewing tape measure. I taped it on the top and wrapped it around, giving us about 9 inches. We'll do a little extra. Here I have locked my calipers in place with the measurement of the flange. You can use the tips to scribe a straight line in your piece of material and cut it evenly. Works pretty well. Tack it in place and weld it up. Just try to take special care to not blow through the material that you're joining. Filing to get a nice flat edge on everything. This part takes time, but makes your final product a little bit nicer. And once again, use a little bit of zinc primer and then some filler primer on top of that. Instead of literally watching paint dry, I'll take an intermission here and admire the car for the last few hours that I have. And finally, I'm spraying on rubberized undercoat to blend the sill in. This is after a skim layer of body filler. I did not film that because I'm not a pro. I'll save that for the YouTube body experts to share that one with you. And finally, I ended up taping off the entire rocker to blend in the new work. Drum roll, everybody's favorite part. The completely fresh rocker. Not a perfect fix, but not bad for 3 hours of work. I would definitely say it's looked a lot worse, as you can see. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope this video is helpful to somebody. Leave a like or a comment. Let me know what you think.